Well, good morning. This is August 31st of 2025. This is Michael Harris with the All Life Things channel. I wanted to, since that my riding my Tao pony, my 2020 Tao pony is what this little video short is about. I took it to the shop yesterday. I'm like, there's something wrong with it. It's either the rollers are burnt out, something coming in from the CVT. Well, it turns out there's nothing wrong with anything prior in the CVT, but it was getting soaked by oil and carbon deposits or whatever you call it that come from a more worn out belt, which was the one he put on about 2 years ago, the shop owner. So it turns out the crank seal behind where the variator is, if I heard him correctly, there's a crank seal leak. It's leaking oil. There's a little hole in it. This may be causing the engine to make that whistle noise when it cranks. That might be where the part of the leak is coming from. I don't know. That might it. What I'm trying to say is it's coming from that side. I noticed. It was coming from that whole side of the bike for the last maybe 3,000 miles, and that was why I was having leaking oil, I believe, before from the other way. So he's going to put a new crank seal on it. He's put a brand new belt and variator in a clutch on. I'm under the impression of. I told him to go ahead and do the whole thing, and then I'm going to bring it back Tuesday because he wasn't open yesterday because of Labor Day weekend. They took the Saturday off. But yeah, hopefully this solves my problem. This is a good majority. I'm pretty sure of it because anytime you have a hole coming from the crankshaft part or other side of the crank seal of the engine, yeah, it's going to get air and spit oil out. So that's part of why it was running lean, not mess. And then the first part was the fuel system. The hoses were cracked. That's why the leanness was bad. And I remember since I put the new fuel system on, I noticed it is running a little bit better up until about 2 or 3 weeks ago or so. So that's where the crank seal is leaking oil. Then actually all the oil again. As of last time he said it was very low. I'm like, I'm glad you told me to keep an eye on it. But I said, do you agree we just go ahead and one last time and just repair the crank seal? Just you put a new one on. He said, yeah, you need to get it done as soon as you can if you're going to be heavily riding it like that again. I said, okay, I'll put some more money into it one more time. So the crank seal's $150, and then the other job was $150. So I've just put $300 in an $800 bike. But the reason why I couldn't do it is because it requires a special picking tool to get that little O-ring out in there and all that stuff. And if you can't get it out, you're going to have to drill into it with a drill bit, and then I would just damage stuff more possibly. I'm not going to take the risk. So, and it's been running very good. It has 9,000 something miles on it. So I'm just going to do this again, guys. I'll let you know. So like and subscribe. I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you. Have a good Labor Day.